Today we're going to talk about the best time to separate your baby rabbits or kits from their mom. I'm Danielle of the Splitter Farm, and welcome to our channel where we bring you new content every week on how to start a homestead and live a more self-sustainable lifestyle. And we have been shooting a lot of different videos on how to raise rabbits and what to know about breeding rabbits and when they do have their baby rabbits or their kits. And one of those stages is actually separating them from their mom at the right age, which the quick answer is at around 6 to 8 weeks, you can start to separate your baby rabbits from their mom. Before we actually go into the barn and walk through the process of moving out the kits from their mom, let's first talk about weaning. Weaning is going to begin from the moment a rabbit is born to around 6 weeks of age, and this is basically the stage of a baby rabbit going from the milk of their mother into actual food, so pellets, hay, and the stages that come with that, their body preparing for this and getting the right nutrition that it needs to become a fully grown adult rabbit. At 6 weeks of age, they are going to be usually fully weaned, and this is when they're going to have the correct gut flora to actually start eating real food like pellets, any types of grass clippings, hay, or anything else that they would find out in nature. Let's first talk about the different stages of a rabbit's growth. So right now we have a little baby kit that's around 3 weeks of age. You can see it's just about the size of my hand, and at this age it's feeding primarily on its mom's milk. They're going to feed around 2 times per day. It's usually in the middle of the night, so you won't even know. Usually we say it's around at dawn and dusk, and this is instinctually when the mom would come and feed them. During the day, she's out doing her own thing. They're in their little burrow, hiding from any predators, and then when it does get darker, she will go and feed them, so you probably won't see this happening. Now, during the beginning of your rabbits' lives, when they are first born, those first few days are going to be really intense for the baby rabbits. They're going to be relying fully on their mom to be taking care of them. They're not going to be able to see. They're not going to have most of their hair. And it's going to be really important that they get the right nutrition because this is the most fragile stage of their life. And then they're going to start gaining hair, be able to see, and start growing into much bigger rabbits. So the first stage, that first 0 to 3 weeks, is going to be the birth stage. The next 3 to 6 weeks are going to be the vital growth stages of the rabbit. And this is when they're going to be hopping around their cage a lot more movement going on in there. And they're going to start transitioning to eating hay and pellets while also having some of their mom's milk as well. At around 5 weeks, they're going to start drinking from their mom's bowl. So they're going to be starting to have their own water or drinking from the same type of watering system as her. And at 6 weeks, they're going to have the final steps of the weaning process. They're really finishing off that gut flora that they need to start eating a full adult rabbit diet. And that's why at 6 weeks, you will hear that some people will wean rabbits at that age. You can definitely do that. We have done that once before, but we want to make sure that our rabbits are getting a nice full growth. So we do usually leave them in a little bit longer, as long as they're comfortable in the cage, they're happy, and there's enough room for everyone in there. Now let's head into the barn because we do have some rabbits that are at 8 weeks, and we're going to walk through the process of actually transitioning them into their own cage. I'm gonna go ahead, add in some hay, make sure that there's food and water in there for them. Now, the first process is making sure that all of your rabbits are really healthy looking. None of them look malnutritioned, which we have 4 kits in here, and you can probably barely tell because they're pretty large right now still. But all of them are really healthy, hopping around. And what we're gonna do is I like to remove them about a half of the litter at a time. So we're gonna take out 2, and you wanna do your biggest, strongest kits and put them into a different cage. Now, if you notice that your rabbits are very stressed out, this is a really stressful process for them leaving their mom, then you might want to do it the opposite and kind of move the mom and some of her litter into a separate one and leave the baby kits alone so they aren't getting a whole new environment. They're staying in the same cage, but just some of their family is leaving them. And then what we're gonna do is after we move the first set, then we're gonna wait one full day and then we'll move the second set of rabbits. Little chubster. You got belly in there.
The difference between that and the other guy that you were playing with before.
Yeah.
So much bigger.
When you do move the kits over to their own house, then you want to make sure, or their own cage, that you want to make sure you are free feeding them still. They are still going to be growing a lot, so make sure that you give them an abundant amount of hay to free feed on, as well as I'll usually fill up their food container really high, making sure they also have enough water. And then check on them as well. If your rabbits are really stressed out, then this could cause them to get sick or hurt or even unfortunately pass away. So really make sure that you're providing a stress-free environment for all of these rabbits. Separating your kits from your mom rabbit is not very hard. Honestly, you just want to make sure that your kits are around 6 to 8 weeks old. And we have a bunch of videos for breeding rabbits and what to do while raising your rabbits. So definitely check out some of these videos and the rabbit playlist over here. And we'll see you guys again next time. Bye.